1. Springboks vs Azzurri, who will dominate at Loftus. 2. Bok wake-up call, a sobering reality check for the Springboks. 3. Faf de Klerk's verdict on Springboks' Scrum-Half rival after Italy win. 4. Thomas du Toit's brutally honest take on Springboks' Shaky win vs Italy. 5. Italy Rugby's Ross Vintcent ready to rumble with Springboks exclusive interview. 1. Springboks vs Azzurri, who will dominate at Loftus. On paper, it looks like a foregone conclusion. But in the world of Test rugby, you should never, ever count out a team with a score to settle. The Springboks may be the reigning world champions, but Italy has tasted a historic victory against them before, and they're arriving in South Africa hungry for more. The international rugby season kicks off in earnest this Saturday at the formidable Loftus Versfeld in Pretoria, where the mighty Springboks are set to host a determined Italian side. Fresh off a commanding 54-7 exhibition victory over the Barbarians in Cape Town, South Africa enters their first official test of the year with a full head of steam and the roar of a home crowd behind them. It's easy to dismiss the Azzurri based on their historical record against the Boks, but that would be a significant mistake. While their sole victory in 16 attempts came way back in 2016, a truly infamous day for Alistair Coetzee Springboks, the modern Italian team is a different beast entirely. We are arguably witnessing one of the most promising and competitive eras in Italian rugby history. But here's where the plot thickens. In 2024, Italy secured 3 impressive wins against Tier 1 nations, matching their best-ever tally from 1997. What made that 2024 run even more special was that the victories came against 3 separate top-tier teams, a first for the nation. Their 2025 campaign has been a bit quieter, with just 1 Tier 1 win so far, but it was a crucial one against Wales that saved them from the dreaded Six Nations wooden spoon. Coming off a 73-6 demolition of Namibia last weekend, Gonzalo Quesada's men are looking to carry that momentum and prove they can challenge the very best. Of course, let's be clear. The Springboks are the current world champions for a reason, and they enter this clash as the overwhelming favorites. Playing at Loftus Versfeld is like giving them a 16th player on the field. Known as a brutal cauldron for visiting teams, the Boks boast an incredible 78% win rate at this historic Pretoria venue, and this will be the first time Italy has ever had to face them there. Key matchup intel. Date: Saturday, July 5th. Kickoff: 5:10 p.m. Central Africa Time, 3:10 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, 11:10 a.m. Eastern Time. Venue: Loftus Versfeld, Pretoria. Referee: Holly Davidson. How to watch: the match is available on SuperSport, SABC2, and SABC Radio. Team news and tactical breakdown. The big story for South Africa is the return of the electric Damian Willemse, who starts at fullback for his first Springbok appearance since the 2023 Rugby World Cup final. After a frustrating 2024 season plagued by separate hand and groin injuries, followed by a suspension for foul play, his game-breaking talent is a welcome sight for fans. With Sia Khaleesi sidelined by a last-minute injury, the reliable Jesse Creel once again takes the captain's armband. But here's the selection choice that's raising eyebrows and sparking debate. World Cup hero Faf de Klerk is back from injury, but will start from the bench. Instead, Morn van den Berg gets the nod for the starting scrum-half position. In the second row, the legendary Eben Etzebeth partners with Le de Jager, extending his all-time record for Springbok caps to an astonishing 132. Finally, a new face gets a massive opportunity, as Vintcent earns his first official test start at flanker after an impressive unofficial debut against the Barbarians, stepping in for Jean-Luc Dupreez, who is out on family duty. For Italy, the Azzurri will be led by their lock, Niccolò Canoni. They've named a dynamic backline featuring exciting talents like Tommaso Menincello and Louis Linak, hoping their pace and creativity can unlock the formidable Springbok defense. Official team lineups. Springboks. Starting backs: 15 Damian Willemse, 14 Cheslin Kolbe, 13 Jesse Kriel, captain, 12 Damian de Allende, 11 Kurtley Arendse, 10 Hunter Pollard, 9 Morne van den Berg. Starting forwards: 8 Jasper Wiese, 7 Vincent Chituka, 6 Marco van Staden, 5 Lotte Jager, 4 Eben Etsebet, 3 Wilco Lau, 2 Melkel Marx, 1 Axnier. Replacement, 16 Bonjim Bonambi, 17 Jean-Hendrik Wessels, 18 Vincent Koch, 19 Hergé Snyman, 20 Franco Moster, 21 Quagga Smith, 22 Fav de Klerk, 23 Willy Leroux. Italy. Starting backs, 15 Jacopo Trulla, 14 Luis Linag, 13 Tommaso Menoncello, 12 Marco Zanon, 11 Simone Gesi, 10 Giacomo Dare, 9 Alessandro Fusco. Starting forwards, 8 Lorenzo Cannone, 7 Manuel Zuliani, 6 Alessandro Izzecor, 5 Andrea Zambonin, 4 Niccolò Cannone, captain, 3 Simone Ferrari, 2 Tommaso Di Bartolomeo, 1 Danilo Fischetti. Replacements, 16 Pablo Dimkev, 17 Mirko Spagnolo, 18 Mohamed Asa, 19 Matteo Canali, 20 Ross Vintcent, 21 Davido Diase, 22 Alessandro Garbisi, 23 Giulio Bertaccini. By the numbers. The statistics paint a daunting picture for the visitors. South Africa has won 16 of their last 18 matches, a powerful testament to their consistent dominance on the world stage. And this is the part most people miss when predicting a close game. Their last 2 encounters with Italy have been decisive blowouts, with the Boks winning by more than 40 points on both occasions, 49-3 in 2019 and 63-21 in 2022. So, the stage is set for a classic battle of power versus passion. The Springboks have the pedigree, the depth, and the intimidating home field advantage. Italy has the hunger, a point to prove, and the memory of that famous day in Florence. But the most controversial point remains. Is benching a proven match winner like Faf de Klerk a tactical masterstroke to manage his return, or is it a risky gamble that underestimates the Italian threat? What's your take? Are we in for a routine Springbok victory at their Loftus fortress, or could this revitalized Italian side pull off one of the biggest upsets of the year? Drop your predictions and hot takes in the comments below. 2. Bok wake-up call. A sobering reality check for the Springboks. Imagine this. The Springboks, the reigning world champions, find themselves in a situation where they need to reassess their strategy and player hierarchy after a surprisingly close victory. The Springboks' first test against Italy was a wake-up call that could reshape the national squad ahead of their second test in Kebra this coming Saturday. The 42-24 win over the Azzurri was a victory, but the performance left much to be desired, especially in the second half. Rassi Erasmus, the head coach, described the game as frustrating, and it's easy to see why. The Boks lineout was shaky, they struggled at the breakdowns, and Italy scored 4 tries in the second half, including a 22-meter rolling maul try. This was a side missing 17 regulars and vastly understrength, yet they managed to put the Boks on the back foot. But here's where it gets controversial. The Boks have been clear about their goal to integrate young players while extending the careers of their double World Cup winners. The plan is to enhance their attacking game while leveraging the youthful energy to complement the experience. However, the performance against Italy suggests that the internal shifts in the player hierarchy might happen sooner than expected. Erasmus' frustration was palpable, and it's clear that some players may have already moved down the pecking order. The Boks' high standards were not met, and this could be a turning point for the team. The second test against Italy will give a clearer picture of how the squad will look moving forward. Erasmus has already hinted at some changes, with key players like Pieter-Steph du Toit, Sia Khaleesi, Grant Williams, and Makazole Mapimpi returning from injury. Rising star Sasha Feinberg-Mngumezulu is set to start, and there's likely to be a role for experienced Scrum-Half Kobus Renak. But what about the underperforming players? Will they be given another chance, or will they be benched? The Boks have announced that 13 to 14 players will definitely get a run next week, and the rest of the team will be built around them. The makeup of the team may change to handle the physicality that Italy threw at them. Erasmus wants a team that can go the full 80 minutes, not just 50 or 60. And this is the part most people miss. The Boks' second-half performance and the lack of influence from their bomb squad are real concerns. The players who disappointed won't be tossed aside just yet, but they will be put on notice. The wake-up call was needed, and better to have it now than in one of the massive games later in the season. Plus, the players knocking on the door should start getting more opportunities to show their worth and place pressure on the top players. It was a very frustrating game, said Erasmus. We knew they would man up, and they certainly manned up in most departments. Scrums, mauling, defense, attack. It was a proper test match. The frustration wasn't just about not dominating, but also about the stop-start nature of the game and the lack of intensity in the second half. The positives are that they won and scored tries despite the issues. Those high standards are what got this squad to their #1 world ranking and have kept them ahead of the chasing pack. The wake-up call will serve as a reminder that the team needs to evolve if they are to stay ahead of the rest. So, what do you think? Should the Boks be more aggressive in their changes, or do you think they should give the underperforming players another chance? Let us know in the comments. 3. Faf de Klerk's verdict on Springboks' Scrum-Half rival after Italy win. In a thrilling display of rugby, Faf de Klerk, the Springboks playmaker, has expressed admiration for his Scrum-Half competitor, Morn van den Berg, following the latter's standout performance in their recent match against Italy. The Springboks triumphed over the Azzurri with a score of 42-24 on Saturday, and Van den Berg's contribution was pivotal in establishing a commanding lead during the first half. Van den Berg showcased his exceptional skills by scoring 2 tries and executing precise kicks, which allowed the Springboks to secure a significant 28-3 advantage by halftime. After 54 minutes on the field, he was substituted, providing de Klerk the chance to participate in his first test match in nearly a year. Bomb Squad's unexpected challenges. Although de Klerk delivered a satisfactory performance, he was part of a bomb squad that unexpectedly underperformed. Despite the Springboks bench failing to make a significant impact, de Klerk was quick to commend Van den Berg, who is positioning himself as a strong contender for the number 9 jersey in the future. "He's a fantastic player," de Klerk remarked during an interview with SuperSport. "I'm really pleased to see him seizing the opportunities that come his way. He's excelling with the Lions and demonstrating his talent. He's a great individual who is eager to learn, making him a valuable asset to our squad." After a dominant first half, both Rassie Erasmus and the Springboks felt a sense of disappointment as the match concluded. De Klerk acknowledged, "There's going to be disappointment in our performance. We had some positive moments, but there were also areas needing improvement. Italy made it challenging for us, particularly at the breakdown. We struggled to gain momentum, and their forwards were outstanding. We definitely have aspects to review and address before our next test." The captain's perspective. Jesse Creel, who captained the team for this match, echoed de Klerk's sentiments regarding their performance in the contact area, emphasizing the need for improvement ahead of the second test next weekend. "We let ourselves down a bit at the breakdown. They effectively slowed our ball, which hindered our ability to attack quickly at times during the game," Creel stated. Looking ahead, he expressed optimism for the upcoming test match, noting, "It's shaping up nicely, but we have a lot of work to do before then." He also shared his excitement about returning to Loftus, saying, "We've had a challenging few weeks of preseason, and the guys are thrilled to be back on the field. Playing at Loftus is special. It's a fantastic venue, and we love showcasing our rugby in front of our home supporters." Engage with us. What do you think about the Springboks' performance? Do you agree with de Klerk's assessment of Van den Berg? Share your thoughts in the comments below. This is a pivotal moment for the Springboks as they navigate their path forward. How do you see their journey unfolding? 4. Thomas du Toit's brutally honest take on Springboks' Shaky win versus Italy. A narrow victory that felt like defeat. South Africa's rugby giants face uncomfortable truths after shaky performance against Italy's rising stars. Springbok prop Thomas du Toit delivered a rare moment of raw honesty this week, confessing the world champions fell short of their legendary standards during last Saturday's tense 42-24 win over Italy in Pretoria. While the scoreboard showed a comfortable margin, anyone watching saw the cracks, and the Boks know it. The match started as a Springbok masterclass, with South Africa charging to a 28-3 halftime lead that had Loftus Versfeld buzzing. But here's where it gets controversial. Italy's second-half resurgence, outscoring the Boks 21-14, exposed vulnerabilities that left even interim captain Jesse Creel visibly frustrated. Critics are now asking, are the reigning world champions becoming complacent? Du Toit, who watched from the sidelines as Italy launched their stunning counterattack, didn't mince words. "We had to look in the mirror and admit we weren't good enough in key areas." The Bath rugby star, fresh off dominating England's Premiership and Challenge Cup, emphasized that facing Italy's young, energy-packed squad this weekend in Kebra demands urgent improvements. But here's the twist most fans miss. This isn't just about South Africa's flaws. Italy's decision to tour without several starters makes their performance even more impressive. Their relentless second-half pressure, particularly in the Springboks' defensive zone, revealed a team transforming under smart coaching. They don't waste opportunities, Toit warned. Let them into your 22, and they'll rewrite the script. The 115 kilograms forward, equally deadly at loose head or tight head prop, offered fascinating insight into positional flexibility that defines modern rugby. Left side, right side, it's just geography. The real battle is staying connected to your brothers in the scrum. This philosophy, honed during Bath's championship runs, could prove vital as South Africa scrambles to fix their set-piece dominance. Now, the million-dollar question sparking heated debates. Should Springbok fans be worried? On one hand, they've kept their perfect record against Italy. On the other, their inability to crush a developmental squad raises eyebrows. Is this a temporary slump or a sign of deeper issues? Toit's final message blended respect with resolve. We see their patriotism. It mirrors our own. But respect won't win matches. This week, we rebuild. As social media buzzes with hot takes about Rassi Erasmus coaching strategies and Italy's rising credibility, one thing's clear. Saturday's rematch isn't just a game. It's a litmus test for rugby's world order. So we turn to you, rugby fans. Is South Africa's stumble a wake-up call or an overblown reaction? Could this Italian squad actually challenge rugby's traditional hierarchy? Drop your boldest takes below. Let's see who really understands where this sport is headed. 5. Italy Rugby's Vintcent ready to rumble with Springboks' exclusive interview. Imagine Italy's rugby team stepping onto the field in South Africa, ready to take on the formidable Springboks, the reigning world champions. This is no ordinary challenge. It's a clash between two teams with vastly different histories and expectations. But here's where it gets controversial. Can Italy, known for its underdog status, truly pose a serious threat to the mighty Springboks? As the first test looms in Pretoria, the stage is set for an intense two-test series. South Africa has unveiled a near full-strength squad, indicating their respect for Italy's capabilities. For Vintcent, Italy's rising number 8, this is not a daunting task but an exhilarating opportunity. Vintcent, who recently played for Exeter Chiefs in the United Rugby Championship (URC), has first-hand experience of the Springbok style through matches against the Sharks. He recalls facing stars like Bongi Mbonambi, Afleel Fassi, and Andre Esterhuizen, which he describes as both challenging and enlightening. Before the showdown with South Africa, Italy faced Namibia in Windhoek, securing a convincing 73-6 victory. Despite playing at a high altitude of 1,800 meters, the team managed to score 11 tries, without conceding any. Vintcent acknowledges the difficulty of the game, noting the physical toll it took on his team. It was a very tough game, both emotionally and physically, he says. We felt the altitude during the week leading up to the match, but it was a valuable experience. While the Namibia win was promising, Vintcent emphasizes the importance of translating that performance to the South African context. He points out that the physicality and discipline required against the Springboks will be even greater. Namibia is a strong side, and it was a good step towards the tests, he adds. We're pleased with our defensive record and excited about our attacking prowess. One of the most anticipated matchups in the series is likely to be in the loose forward position. Vintcent, who has already faced top-tier opponents in the URC, may encounter Jasper Wiese, Vincent Chituka, and Marco van Staden. These players, while lacking some of South Africa's usual stars like Siya Kolisi and Pieter-Steph du Toit, still bring world-class talent to the table. Vintcent looks forward to the challenge. I'm excited about the prospect of testing myself against the best players in the world. Under the leadership of Argentinian head coach Gonzalo Quesada, Italian rugby has undergone a quiet revolution. Once considered perpetual underdogs in the Six Nations, Italy has shown significant progress in 2024, earning draws against France and victories over Scotland. Quesada's innovative coaching style and wealth of experience are credited with this turnaround. Vintcent highlights Quesada's impact. He brings a fresh perspective and a lot of experience to the team. As the battle approaches, there's a growing sense of optimism within the Italian camp. While defeating South Africa at home remains a monumental challenge, the team is not just looking to compete, but to genuinely challenge one of rugby's superpowers. The journey begins in Pretoria, and Italy is ready to fight.
So, what do you think?
Can Italy give the Springboks a run for their money? Share your thoughts in the comments.